Hello everybody. Today is Saturday, May the 3rd, 2025. This is FlossTube number 140. My name is Shelly, and if you're new, welcome in. I hope you see something that you like. If you're a returning friend, I'm glad you are here. So, we had our stitch group today. If you're new, I live in the northwest corner of Alabama, and every first Saturday of the month we meet to do some slow stitching together. We meet in Florence, Alabama at Calico Rose Quilt Shop. If you've been there before and you haven't been in a while, definitely go check them out. They've got some new stuff in. I did do a little shopping today. They got some of Lori Holt's chunky thread in to do her granny square quilt. Granny square, I don't know if I'm gonna make a quilt, not quilt, but you know, Afghan. I don't know if I'm gonna do something big with it or just something small, but anyway, these are my colors. So, yeah, it's really, really soft, really soft. So, anyway, go check them out if you haven't been there in a while, or if you know, just traveling through the area, new to the area, whatever. Be sure to check out Miss Betty and her staff at Calico Rose. I've been going to her shop since we moved up here from South Louisiana in 2003. She's taught me a lot, and yeah, I just really appreciate her. She opened her store for us to have our group every month, and so I appreciate it. So this channel, if you don't know, is about cross stitch and other needle arts, needle and hook arts, a little bit of diamond painting sometimes. So today is all cross stitch. I may insert a picture of my daughter's quilt. If you've been around for a while, you know that I've been working on this quilt for my younger daughter. It's supposed to be for her 30th birthday, and she's about to turn 35. So I'm seeing the end. I'm like getting closer and closer. I have been working on it a little bit more than I had been before. I mean, and that's the problem. That's why it's taken me so long, is that I just haven't been working on it. The piecing is done. It's a king size quilt, and I'm hand quilting it. I don't really enjoy machine quilting at all, unless it's, you know, like a baby quilt or something small. I don't enjoy fitting a whole quilt into the throat space on a regular machine. So anyway, today is all cross stitch. I'll be showing you what I stitched in April. And then I also have a new start that I started yesterday. I just realized I don't have any of my totals, my stats or anything, but let's start with a new start. So every May, Candy the 614 Stitcher does a mental health care SAL. That's the hashtag if you're over on Instagram. You know, you just post your pictures and use that hashtag. I've done, I think this is the 3rd year that she's done it, and I've participated every year. Those who have been here a while know how important raising awareness and acceptance of mental health issues is for me. And so anytime I can bring attention to that, I definitely do. So I did a couple of small pieces the last couple of times, and This piece came up in Cross Stitcher magazine last year. It was a 9-month sal from 2024. And so I started it. So I kitted it up last night, put just a few stitches in it last night, and then I stitched on it today while we were at group. And this is what I've gotten done so far. It's gonna take a while to finish this. I don't know. At this time, I don't see myself saving this to only stitch on in May for the healthcare, mental health care SAL. I probably will stitch on it in between, but it's probably still going to take at least, I would say at least 3 mental health care SAL months to years, you know, to get through. It's on 36 count linen with only 1 DMC, not in anything I've stitched yet, but I was able to kit it up with my anchors, my anchor flosses. Let's see. These are the flosses right here. They got kind of messed up today at Stitch Group, but this is the palette. Very pretty, very bright, very cheerful, and very much filled with encouraging thoughts. Whoops. I didn't get new glasses. I just decided to go back to my old ones to film because of the blue light filter on my new ones is terrible to film with. So I did have a finish in April. This was one of my Whip Go pieces. And if you don't know my Whip Go board this year, my goal is to finish each piece that's on it. And so I was able to get Sweater Weather finished. This is October House Fiber Arts. This is Fabrics by Stephanie. And I used some DMCs and then my own choices of overdyes. I started gathering stuff to finish it how it shows on the pattern, which is, it's a pillow, but they sewed some quilting cotton on one end and then put like some little patches with wool. And I started gathering all of that, and I wasn't in the mood, and so I'm just gonna finish it just as a regular, you know, pillow. Not any kind of extra embellishment or anything like that. The other thing that I stitched on the last few days is, this is Procrastinating. This is from Just Cross Stitch magazine. And I don't remember who the designer is. But those, like these letters and these letters are, and even these to some extent, because there's so much like half and quarter stitches, 3/4 stitches. I guess quarter and 3/4 stitches. Yeah, it's a lot. So these go pretty fast. But this is also a 32 count. I don't know why I said also, but this is a 32 count. So I'm stitching with 2 strands of DMC flosses, my own choices. I think maybe some of it is what's called for, but like this was supposed to be an orange, and I'm more of a purple girl, and so I'm changing it up. So made good progress. I got all of these done, more done on down here, and then got more done right here. So let's see. Yeah, I had written down, one of my goals was to stitch on something that's in this bag, but I didn't actually stitch on it because I was stitching on this and I wanted to make more progress. So this is a stitch along in Just Cross Stitch magazine. This year it's called Nature's Journey. It's designed by Sprouting Lupine, and I'm stitching it on a piece of 46 count Zweigart, I think it's straw maybe, using DMCs, and there's a lot of stitching. So the reason why I decided to just kind of focus on this longer than what I had planned, they've released the second part. It comes out in 4 parts each season. They released the second part, and I wasn't as far enough along on the first part where I want it to be, and so I just really made a push to try to get the bulk of the first part completed. So I think about right here is where it divides for the second part. So I mean, I still have stitching to do on part 1, but so pretty. But that 46 count is very slow going. Okay, so I didn't stitch on that. I think I'm missing something. I did finish a little sheep virtue. I'll have to go grab that in a minute. I thought I had it, but I don't. So I'm gonna stitch on this. I did. I stitched on Satsuma Street's Egg Hunt, and got a goodly bit done. So I have just some right in here to finish, and let's see, I think this is on my, yes, so this was one of the calls for my Whip Go for May, and so this will be a finish this month. This is 32 count, I believe, weeks 10 roof, and I'm using the call for DMC flosses, 2 strands. Love, love, love this. That's all in that bag. So normally I would have stitched on this today, my Blackbird piece. And I don't know if I've done any since I showed it last month. I think I did work on it more the first weekend of last month. But this is Rose Hips and Ivy on a piece of 40 count Atomic Ranch fabric. So normally I would have stitched on this today and this whole weekend, but I may stitch on it tomorrow. I want to get more done on that mandala piece for Mental Health Care Month. So I don't know if I'll stitch on it this month at all or not. So the sampler I worked on this month and last month in April was my Memories of the Past from Hands Across the Sea. I love this piece so much. So this is a 37 count, I believe. And it's with the call for whatever else was 103s. Love it. Love the colors. It's my colors. So that was my sampler for this. And in April. And it will be, I'll stitch on it again for my sampler in May. Yeah, I really like stitching on this a lot. So my Christmas stitching this past month, I finally got done with, let's see, I got done with Shannon Christine. Did I finish that last month? Man, the months just run all together. I don't know. I thought I had it marked. I might have it in my Notion app. Anyway, I finally did finish number 7 and started on number 8. So I finished 7. This is 28 count Cashel from Zweigart, and called for DMCs, treasure braid instead of Krynic, and not as many beads as what was called for. And then this is the start of number 8. Her face looks a little freaky. I usually stitch on Christmas stuff on Mondays, and so I'll get some stitching on her in a few days. And then I'm also stitching on this Christmas tree one from, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a French company. And I love it. Veronique is the designer's name. I can't think of her last name right now, but she has just the cutest little designs that make me think of the Jack and Jill? Those little books that we used to read, Dick and Jane or whoever they were. Anyway, that's what it makes me think of, her designs. This is a piece of Atomic Ranch, and I love this piece on it. Love, love, love. Love that little bird. So, those are some Christmas pieces. And then full coverage. I worked some more on my intricate, intimate romance. I did both new stitching and going back and putting one more strand on the old stitching, and I still have more of that to do. I don't see myself like only doing that. I just can't. I have to have some kind of progress seen on it. So, but this is where I'm at. I started working more down this way. And then, like I said, I got a lot of this up here. I got the second strand put on, as well as some new stitches put in. Let me go grab my little sheep virtues. I'll be right back. So this one was already done, and then this one was a finish in April. So these are from Little House Needleworks. I'm choosing my own colors of silk floss and stitching on 46 count. I believe it's straw is what this color is. But anyway, I love these little sheep. So I'm stitching on a much higher count fabric than was called for. I do have the little buttons that are supposed to go on the pieces, but the buttons are ginormous now since I'm stitching on a larger count fabric. And so I'm planning to make like some little pins with those buttons instead. So this was a really quick video, but that's good. That's okay. Sometimes I just feel like it really goes on too long. One more pause about that, but I did start a new diamond painting kit. We met a few weeks ago. I have a little group of ladies that come, not just ladies, because my grandson comes sometimes, but we try to meet once a month, once every 6 weeks or so here in my apartment, and I was able to get this one started. And I had to pull some off because I used the wrong colors in a spot. I had the symbols mixed up. So like they give you, like they number them right here, I guess, so you know how many colors is in it. And then they also, you know, some of them have letters and some of them have numbers as far as the symbols go. And I got confused about that. I think, like, I don't know, the T symbol with the number 7, I mixed it up. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. I think this is so pretty. And that's just, you know, from Temu. So as far as my plans for May, I've already, you know, this will be a change right here if I don't work on that this weekend. And I was planning on, my new start this month being Amelia's Valentine from Calico Confectionery. If you watch Denise over at Black Ribbon Stitch Studio, she recently started that, and I have the pattern already, and I just like, I have to start it. And I may still start it. You know, I don't know, but yeah, it's gorgeous. So, and you know, before I watched her video and decided to start that, there was something else I was thinking about wanting to start, and I can't remember what it was. But anyway, you know, now I have the mandala start, and it may have been the mandala, I don't know. I thought about a few weeks ago, you know, that the healthcare sale was coming up, mental health care, and then I just completely forgot about it. Realized it came up in my memory feed on Facebook day before yesterday, and I was like, oh no, I was supposed to start that new piece. So yeah, that was going to be my new start. My Whip Go, or the Egg Hunt, which I showed, and then Seaside Summer. It's a little small, that it's supposed to be a bookmark. I'll probably just make it into like a little, probably just like a little pillow. Same old Christmas stuff. I do want to stitch, since I finished Sweater Weather, I want to stitch some of my triple play pillows from Hands On Design. My spring Easter, I'm going to do, you know, the Egg Hunt, which is already on there. I do want to work on my Prim Stitch series from Lori Holt. I haven't touched it in a few months. I want to get back to my Scissors Keeper. That was a Whip Go piece that was called earlier this year, and I wasn't able to get it finished, so I do want to work on that. And I did work on procrastinating yesterday. I'm pretty sure I worked on it yesterday. And then I'll work on my Intricate Intimate Romance. I didn't choose anything for other. Let's see. Swoop and Soar. So that's a magazine piece that has some swallows with a bird cage with a bunch of roses. It's real pretty. I would like to try to work on that this month. And so I'll just kind of do like a little a list of the days, and I plan out what I want to work on. So I know on Mondays I'll work on Christmas pieces. Try to do, my whip go pieces on a weekend so that I have some full days to devote to those, since they are slated for finishes. And I'll try to get those done in the month they're called. I tried to, just give each piece a few more days. Like this is 4 days. 4 days on Amelia's Valentine. So, and then 3 days on the triple plate pillows. So, yeah, trying to just give pieces a few more days than what I normally would do. I did find a couple of new to me floss tubers. So I'll just mention them here in case you haven't discovered them yet. The first one is Stitching and Tea with B. Oh my goodness, she is amazing. She has the most soothing voice. In fact, we were talking about her at Stitch Group today, and my friend Nina was saying that she actually fell asleep listening to her, watching her video one day. Not that she's boring, but just that she has that really soothing voice. She should be one of those that reads, stories, bedtime stories on the Calm app. Yeah, she's into birds, which I love birds. She's obviously into tea. So the first part of her video, she goes over her stitching. She stitches on a lot of different types of things, which I love. When I just watched her most recent video, and that's the only one I've watched so far. But anyway, she only showed pieces on Aida. I don't know if she doesn't stitch on linen or even weave, or if just what she was showing was on Aida. But anyway, if you're, into Aida and would like to see some stitches on Aida, she's got some really pretty things. And then she shared about making tea blends. And then she always she brews a cup of, tea to sort of give a review. And the one that she drank on this most recent video was the Big Easy, which was pineapple and caramel and lemongrass and orange. Oh gosh, I really want to try that a lot. So definitely go check out B. The other new one that I started watching is Lumi Stitch. She has some really cool finishing tutorials that she does. And I enjoyed watching her stitching. And then I did go back and watch her extra where she was doing one of her tutorials on doing ornament finishes. Yeah, just really good. So definitely check those out if you haven't already. And of course, I'll always watch my old standbys, Rachel Q and Denise at Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. Those are the ones that, I don't ever miss their videos, those two right there. I haven't been watching quite as much FlossTube as I have in the past, but that's okay. I do have spring decor out. I took down Easter stuff yesterday, so I did have on this piece right here, I had the hip hop jar. This is the series from Hands On Design with artwork from Priscilla Blaine. This was before Stitching with the Housewives existed, and so they did a series together, and I just replaced it with the daisies yesterday from the Easter one. These pieces right here, spelling out spring, those are from a magazine, probably either Cross Stitcher or World of Cross Stitching. Every month they have an alphabet like that with some kind of, dinosaurs or, different shoes, some kind of themed alphabet. And so I used that alphabet to spell out spring a few years ago, and then turned them into little pillows. I do have this little monthly piece that I just put out beginning of May. These were from, I think, Cross Stitcher. This is Cheryl McKinnon, who is Tidy Modernist. She did a yearly, monthly, every month series in that magazine. So I did those a couple of years ago. Also on the wall right there, that's my spring ABCs from Little House Needleworks. I've had a hard time getting that piece to stay attached, but I think it's good now. I mean, I do switch it out seasonally, and so it's just on there with magnets and washers. I'm rambling now. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. I will probably be back, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise in a month after our next meeting. So I hope you all have lots of stitching time and that you are all safe and well. There was something I wanted to talk about as far as family news update. Those of you that have been around for a couple of years, y'all know that my first cousin, his wife, was murdered in New Orleans. She was the case that she was murdered and dismembered. But his trial was supposed to start last month, and they delayed it. So I think it's delayed until August. So that was, I mean, he's in prison, so that's a good thing. He's not out, but still, I'll, just pray for my cousin and his girls. I mean, it's not like that's going to give them closure, but I mean, I think Julia does deserve justice, and so I hope that it's not delayed indefinitely, like over and over again. So just be thinking about them and praying for them. And I appreciate it. All right, guys, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.